Hello, everyone. Welcome to TupperTime with Traci. I always get on just a couple minutes early just to give everybody a second to try to get on and join me. I think we have our technical difficulties all straight from last week. At least I hope so. Let's see if I need to turn this up. Hopefully that is good. When you hop on, if you will say hello. I'm not sure if I can see. I can see when folks get on, just not sure if I can see comments. So, hello, Athena. Please say hello when you jump on. I'm trying to see if I can watch comments maybe on my phone, because I do like to know when you guys talk, but that may not be possible. So, hopefully, we've got all the technical difficulties all straight, and we are good to go tonight. If you have not done so yet, on my business page, make sure that it tells you when I go live so that it notifies you. I'm not sure if it's a bell or like YouTube. I'm not sure what it is. So just take a look. I know there's a way to tell yourself your notifications to let you know when I go live, and that will notify you each time that I do a broadcast. So I want you to make sure that you're able to take part and see everything that I'm doing. So we're going to get started here in just a minute. Let me know once you hop on if you can hear me okay and see everything okay. We're back on my fancy dancy portal tonight. I'm trying to still figure out the setup of being able to have you be to see everything going on. I think I've got maybe a good setup tonight, so we're gonna try and see what happens. Hopefully it's a good setup. Tonight I'm gonna make macaroni and cheese, homemade macaroni and cheese. And we're gonna show off a few products. I'm going to talk specific about one product specifically, but I wanted to show you all kinds of different products, all the different stuff that I'm going to use in as I make the mac and cheese tonight. I will, as always, post the information down in the comments of this video. That will give you the information about each of the products that I've used tonight. I believe I've got everything. We're selling everything that I'm using tonight. The colors may be a little different, but that's okay. You'll get the newest and most amazing colors that we have. So as you sign on, if you will say hello, just so I know that you can hear me okay. I don't want to take too much time. Hey, Patty. Oh, I can see comments on the portal. Yay! Maybe I have some of my issues all figured out. So I'm hoping so. I have a light ring tonight, so it's giving me more light. So that's a good thing. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm kind of killing a little time here at the beginning just to make sure that everybody gets on that can. And then we're going to get right to making our mac and cheese. Like I said, I'm going to highlight a specific product tonight, which is the Ultra Pro. Going to talk a little bit more in depth about the Ultra Pro than I do pretty much anything else that I'm going to show you. But I will post down below of this video. I will show you each and everything that I use and post that so that you have the information on size and quantity and capacity and all that good stuff. So as you sign on, as I said, please make sure that you say hello so I know you can hear me okay. Also, another thing that I said a little bit earlier was make sure that you, in your notifications for my business page, that you tell it to let you know when I go live. So then you will always be reminded as to when Tupperware by Traci goes live, no matter if it's TupperTime with Traci or if it's another time, because sometimes I actually might hop on as a live just to be live. So, hey, June, welcome. Glad to have you. Feel free to do a watch party and share out the video. I would love that. That would be amazing because that draws folks over to my page. But nonetheless, I really appreciate you guys being on and checking out what we're doing. So let's get started. Like I said, I'm going to make some homemade mac and cheese. I'm doing it in the Ultra Pro. We have a way to actually do it in our pressure cooker, but I'm choosing to highlight the Ultra Pro tonight. So that's what I'm going to actually do it in, and I'm going to bake it in the oven. So it's a mac and cheese bake. And if you want the recipe, I can also post that as well. It's really simple, so you'll see it's real easy. Okay, I already pre-did the macaroni because I didn't want to take the extra time to do the macaroni. So I cooked the macaroni in our pasta maker. So I've already drained it. It's already ready to go. I did 16 ounces. It calls for 16 ounces of macaroni, of elbow macaroni. And I did that for 15 minutes in my microwave in my pasta maker. I absolutely love the pasta maker because it makes it so much easier to do it. You're not standing over a hot stove. Hey, Rachel. And one of the really cool things, and something you saw me pull it out of the microwave with the top on, you don't cook it with the top on. That's only to drain it. I put it in there just to try to maintain some of the heat. So no big deal. We don't actually use that for anything. Okay, so that's the mac and cheese, the macaroni. It's ready to go. We're gonna shred the cheese and get the sauce that's going to go over top, kind of that makes it all cheesy and yummy. That's what I'm going to show you on how we kind of put that all together. So very first thing that I want to do is I want to shred the cheddar that I'm going to use. I'm going to cover that back up just for a minute. I'm going to shred the cheddar that I'm going to use, and what I'm going to use is my Great Master Shredder. I absolutely love this thing. This has changed the way we do shredded cheese in my house. For the longest time, I had been buying pre-shredded cheese. And the pre-shredded cheese that comes in those bags, they have lots of preservatives that keep it fresh so that you can use it for a long period of time. And I have found that if you do it this way, then you're getting a very fresh, grated version of the cheese. And so you can grate pretty much any kind of cheese that you want. The Great Master comes with a couple cones, but then there's also 3 extra cones that you can purchase to add on to the Great Master. The Fusion system is all based around the base because it's all about the base, right? So you buy the base and then there's accessories that add to the base. And the Great Master is one of the accessories that you can buy. Also, the Fusion system has a mincer and also has a spiralizer. I really want to get good with the spiralizer because I want to demo that sometime. I'm just not very good at it, so I need to work on that and really kind of perfect that spiralizer because it's really neat. There's all kinds of pieces that you can do, and you can do ribbon cuts, and you can do zoodles, and you can do all kinds of neat stuff. So that will be coming. I just have to practice with it and get so I actually can use it, and that the product actually comes out of it looking good, and and that we can actually eat it. So anyway, so this has a suction base to it. So I have down here a surface. My countertop is has a raised, I don't know what you call it, but it has something where it's not smooth. And these don't stick very well. They don't suck very well to the thing. So I've got this is a board down, so it makes it a little better for it to actually suck to the surface. So it's got a locking feature. You can see right there, has a lock that you will swipe it back and forth. And so you just place the base down on whatever surface. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to put the Great Master Cone accessory piece. We're going to slide that in. You can see right here, it's got a slide to where it slides right in and fits right in. Now I'm going to attach it to my countertop and lock that in place. And now that does not move. So it makes it much easier to use. You're not sliding all over the place. I've got this is my, I use the fine shredder. So it makes it smaller cheese. So I use the fine cone. You just pop that right in. And if you see, it comes right out this other side. And here's the handle. And the handle just screws right on. All right. Now I'm going to adjust this just a little bit so that you guys can do it towards the camera a little bit. There we go. So you guys can see as the cheese comes out. Okay. And I'm going to be shredding a sharp cheddar. So I'm just going to cut it into blocks. This is one of our knives, our universal knives. Love it. We have various different sizes, and that's one of my favorites because it's just small enough to help you out and big enough to do the job. So, all right, and then the bowl that I'm using is one of our Big Wonders bowl, and they come with seals. There's actually 4 in the grouping, and they come. Oops. That was wonderful. Let's throw the plunger everywhere. Let me wash that off. Gotta love it. All right. Okay, let's try that again. Don't you love it when I throw things? It's amazing. Microfiber towel. It is a must in my kitchen. Okay, so we drop the cheese down into the open thing. I don't know what you want to call that. I'll put that back there. And the plunger. The plunger comes apart for easy cleaning. There's nothing, that's just the top. There's nothing to that. And then you just put the plunger on and you turn. Make sure that it doesn't go everywhere. There we go. See that? That is amazing shredded cheese. And it's fresh. There's no preservatives because it's just a block of cheese. So it's healthier because of that. Now I'm going to shred the whole block. I don't know if I'll use the whole block, but I am going to shred the whole block. There we go. Woohoo, love it. The recipe calls for 4 cups. I think it calls for 4 cups of shredded cheese. Honestly, I'm not sure how much this will shred, but I'm going to use the whole block or close to it because we love cheese and I want it to be cheddary. So we're going to do that. I'm going to throw some of this in here, at least for right now, until I get some more of this shredded. Oh, is that what you call it, Patty? Is a hopper? Sounds good. I don't know. Sounds like a good terminology for me. All right. Patty is a consultant with me in Tupperware. She's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. And I love it when she joins us because sometimes she has information that helps me out. So thanks for being on, Patty. I appreciate that. All right. And I'm going to do the last bit of it just so we have all of it shredded in case we need it. And then we're going to mix up the liquid that goes into I love this block surface, but it doesn't like me moving around. Look at that shredded cheese. Oh, and I love cheese. I'm like a rat.
So true.
My husband's making comments. All right. Let's get the rest of this all. Oh, come on. Stop. Stop sliding. It's really not as difficult as what it seems. It's just my countertop. Oops. My countertop does not like, it won't suck to my countertop because of the, whatever it is, the surface.
Texture?
The texture, yes. My husband said texture. That's exactly what it is. These prefer a smooth surface for it to suck to. All right. I know. Doesn't that cheese look amazing? I know. I don't know what else to say except suck to.
Suck.
But it sucks. The bottom does. So it's a vacuum. All right. So that is the cheese. And then it's easy to clean. Just pull it all apart. Easy peasy. All right. I'm going to throw the handle up here. Pop that right out. Going to unstick it. And then this just goes in the dishwasher. And the base goes away. All right. We got the cheese done. Now we need to put together, and I'm going to use our smooth chopper. I know it says chopper, but it doesn't really have to chop everything. It has a paddle. So I'm going to use the smooth chopper that will put all of the liquidy stuff together. And the smooth chopper is nothing but, mine's a different color. So we don't have this in this color. We have one in a clear bottom and it has a red motor to it. So the smooth chopper is a little bit bigger than, where's my little one? The chop and prep. This is the chop and prep. So it's the small baby one. Then we have the medium one and then the Power Chef, which you've seen before. The Power Chef is the daddy of the line and does so much. But in this instance, I didn't need all of that space. I don't need all of that. So we're going to do it in the smaller. And it comes with its own paddle, which is nice. And because I'm not chopping anything per se, I am going to mix things up. So I'm going to use the paddle instead. Okay, and it calls for 4 eggs. Just going to stick them on in there. Hello. Hello. Thanks for coming. Thanks for saying hello. All right. So it calls for 4 eggs. We're going to do 2 cups of milk. I'm going to use my micro pitcher. I absolutely love that little thing. And this is in the brand new color. Just came out in the new catalog, so brand new color. Still not sure what they call that, what color they call it. But it's super duper pretty. So 2 cups of milk. And this is a 2-cup pitcher. We are getting close. I probably should have used the bigger one. I have, it also calls for 4 ounces of cream cheese. And this is at room temperature, so it's soft. Yeah, I probably should have used the bigger one, but that's okay. We're going to make do. It's going to work. Stick that on down in there so it's not stuck to the side, because we want to mix it all up. And then I need butter. I was going to ask for some butter. And I am going to melt the butter down just a bit. It calls for a half a stick of butter. And I use unsalted. I'm going to stick that in the microwave for just a second. About 20 seconds or so, just to get it melted. I have made a mess. Good gracious. Should have used the bigger one. That's okay. We're going to make it happen. No, a little longer. And that's my half a stick of butter. Put the seal on this off to the side. Now, I already put in some of that cheese into the bowl that I'm going to mix up in. And then I'm going to put some of our macaroni in the That's bowl. Oops, as I fling it across. Like I said, I had pre-done the macaroni. So that's why there's no water or anything in it, because I had already drained it. Making a mess. And this will break up once I get all that liquid in there. There we go. Let's start with that. I'll add more in a minute if you need to. There we go. That's better. All right. Butter's all nice and melted. We're going to stick that in as well. Yikes, we are at the top. Yeah, this was not a smart idea. Okay, so I'm going to switch over real quick because I am overflowing. Here's the papa of the group. I need more counter space. Let me find the paddle. The papa has a paddle as well. I'm just going to pour all this right into, there we go. There we go. Just didn't have quite enough space. All right. All that over there. Okay. What a mess. Now, this is a little bit, like I said, much bigger. Has the ring and the motor, same idea, just a little bit bigger, more space to it. Let me wipe off my hands. Hello, Barbara. And now we're just going to mix it up. I love this thing. It makes it so much easier. Wish my hands weren't wet. Crazy. There we go. I think we got it mixed. I need to get a new one. My ring is kind of wonky on mine. I think we are nice and mixed. All right. And you saw all I did was a couple pulls on that. The smooth chopper is the same way, just a small version. And it only takes a couple pulls for you to actually mix up what you're trying to do. It makes it so much easier. Okay. Now I'm just going to pour it over my macaroni. And I'm going to mix it up just a little bit and add some more because we are going to, and then I'm going to talk to you about the Ultra Pro, which is what I'm putting it in. Definitely is going to need more cheese. I only put a little bit of that on the bottom. Y'all see it? Hopefully this is, looks like it's doing better. And I'm all about the cheese, so we're going to put lots of cheese in it. I'm going to mix that all up because there's nothing better than cheesy mac and cheese, right? And the spatula that I'm using is our silicone spatula. Can't go wrong with the silicone spatula. You can actually cook with it. It can withstand I believe up to 400 degrees temperature. So that's amazing. All right. See, it's really coming together. All right. So now what I'm going to do, put this to the side. Now it asks for you to do it at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and let's get that in. And then we're going to talk about, before we end up, I'm going to talk to you about the Ultra Pro. I am going to show you the one that I'm sticking it in. And then we'll talk about how it tandem cooks, how it stack cooks. The one that I'm using is going to be the 2-quart. So it's the smaller of the two that I have out here. You have a 2-quart. I have a 3.7 quart, which is the bigger one. And then the lid, not a seal because it does not seal, but it can also be used to cook in if you invert it and do it this way. I'm going to use the 2-quart to do the mac and cheese in. But say, before I do this, I want to show you. Say that I want to do a full chicken, and you can do that. You can start it out in the microwave. You can put it all in the oven. You can freeze it. And I'm going to tell you some of the bits and pieces about the Ultra Pro. But you can do a full chicken in here. And if you need more height, you can use, like if this is too, if the lid is too low and it's not giving you enough height, you can invert the 2-quart to be a lid as well. So they're interchangeable, which is amazing. You can also stack cook. So you could do, I don't know, let's say some chicken breasts down in the bottom. Then you could put some veggies in this second layer. You could also then invert this and do a apple crisp on the top. So then you have 3 layers in your oven cooking all at the same time. talk about amazing and time saving. I mean, for me right there, that is awesome. So let's get the mac and cheese, get it going. Put this back over here really quick. Oh, that looks good already. And I love our spatula because it will get every little bit out of my bowl. So I'm not wasting any food at all. Look how amazing that looks. Oh my goodness. I love mac and cheese. And what's better than homemade mac and cheese? It's not Kraft. You're not getting it out of a box. All right. And then it says that I can top with the rest of this cheese so that you have that topping. So you just sprinkle some more cheese all over it, because you can't have too much cheese, in my opinion. It's just one of those things. All right. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to stick it in the oven. Now, here's the deal. This is something that you can do. Is you could actually prepare this and put it in the freezer and freeze it. And then when 2 or 3 days down the line, you want to actually cook it, you pull it out of the freezer and pop it in the oven. That's how amazing these are. And yes, these are plastic. It is a type of plastic that can be withstood into your oven. It actually can withstand heat for up to 482 degrees. Can you believe that? 482 degrees? Let me throw this in here really quick. Let's get started. Okay. So 482 degrees. It can go as cold as negative 13 degrees. Negative 13 degrees. It can go in the refrigerator. It can go in the freezer. It can go in the microwave. So you can tandem cook, which is kind of neat. So if you wanted to cut some of the time off of going into the oven, you could heat it up or start it in your microwave and then move it to the oven to finish it up. How amazing is that? Then you can oven cook, of course. They are dishwasher safe. They nest and stack inside of each other, so it makes it for A, stack cooking, but B, nicely stored so that it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. The other really cool part is that they're non-stick. So you're going to cook healthier because you don't have to cook with sticks and sprays and that type of thing to ensure that your food comes out with no problem whatsoever. So that is what I wanted to highlight for you tonight. We are selling right now both of these pieces and the lasagna pan. They are in the new catalog and they are amazing. The lasagna pan is probably one of my most favorite. Like, I use that one the most. There have been other pieces that have been put into the vault at this point, but right now in our catalog, we have the 3. We have the 2 quart. We have the 3.7, what did I say? 3.7, and then we have the lasagna pan. So check them out. They are amazing. Well, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I will post a final picture as to how it turned out. And hey, Teresa, I will post a picture of how it turned out. Make sure that you tell your notifications to let you know when Tupperware by Traci goes live, because I do this every week at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and I love that you guys have joined me. I love being able to show off my product. I'm not, not culinary trained. Hey, Nisa. I'm not culinary trained, but I enjoy cooking and I enjoy showing off the product. So I hope you enjoy it too. I will see you next Sunday at 5 o'clock. If you have ideas of things that you'd like to see, leave me comments below. I would love to know. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.